Hey everybody, so today what we're going to talk about is how we can move our featured article, how we can move it a little bit further. So yesterday with Mrs. Iwanko, you guys talked about how you can really select a title for your writing piece and how you can really construct a really good opening that's going to hook your reader. Today we're going to dive deeper into your planning template and really focus on your subtitles. And remember, you should have 3 separate sections that are really going to help you dive deeper into your big topic that you're talking about. So you're going to need 3 subtitles for that. So before we get started and diving deeper into what that looks like, we need to understand what a subheading is. And a subheading helps the reader chunk the text into smaller parts that are related to the subheading. So if you take a look here on this magazine article, we have the big main topic of lions and how lions rule, and you have 2 subheadings here that the reader can dive deeper into to learn a little bit more about that topic. So over here we have the subtitle or the subheading called Women's Work and Lions Play School. So as you read this section, you know that you're going to dive deeper into lions, but more specifically in how the women's role of a lion or a lioness works in that pack. For the other section with it where it says Lions Play School, that's going to give the reader a little bit more of information of what's happening with the cubs in that section. So when you're thinking of subheadings, the subheadings that you create have to really dig a little bit deeper for your readers to understand what the point you're trying to come across. Remember, our whole goal here is you're explaining something, you're explaining how something is working, and so we want to dive a little bit deeper using those subheadings to help us dive deeper. So I'm going to put this to the side and we're going to take a look at Mrs. Sabluski's mentor text that she used with the Salem witch trials, which again, this is a topic that she's super interested in and she knows enough about that she can either write about and dive a little bit deeper into. So when we scroll down, we have her title, she has her opening here, and down here we have now her 3 sections that she's going to have in her featured article. The first one is going to be titled Dr. Griggs, and the information is really going to be about how Dr. Griggs really couldn't match an illness from his medical books to match the sickness of the 2 girls, Betty and Abigail. And they thought it was poison or broken bones, and so they just told them that they were bewitched. And so through this discovery, we're learning that nothing really worked, and everybody prayed for the girls, but nothing's working. And so those 2 girls in this subheading really dive deeper into what people really thought of the bewitching and where those Salem witch trials really came about. In section 2, we have the subtitle of the confession, and the information here, we're getting a little bit closer with more people of, again, the girls that are in here. There's some blaming game here that Mrs. Sabluski has on here. There's some speculation that's happening, and in that, comes along a confession. And then we also have section 3, which is going to dive a little bit deeper into the trials, which, again, it's going to connect back to the whole picture. So you want to be thinking about how does each of these sections going to connect back to the main picture. So when we take a look at another mentor text of the text that we read last week, this week as we're reading, we're taking a look at each of the subheadings here of warm up, cool down. So when you're looking at the setting soaking up the sun and you're reading on for there, we have another title of see the difference, also a living furnace. And as you're looking at each of these subtitles, heat from the inside, each one is going to dive us deeper into each of the connection back to, how these mammals and how these reptiles are cooling their bodies down. So when you go back and you're looking at how you are going to title your subheadings, you're going to want to be thinking, how is it going to help my reader to understand my bigger topic? And in each one of these subtitles or subheadings, they're going to give the reader a little bit more information of what the big topic is going to be about. And in this case, how animals keep their bodies warm and cool. Okay, so as you are planning for your subtitles, be thinking about how you are going to, really make sure that you're going to chunk some of this really important information together. That's going to get your readers diving in deeper to the text that you're creating. Okay, good luck. And if you have any questions, let us know. Otherwise, use those mentor texts to help you build your own information. Go back to the warm up, cool down to see, how other authors create this craft in their informational text. Go on to Epic, pick up an informational text, and again, use those mentor texts to help craft your own craft move as you're writing for your subtitles. Okay, good luck and have fun writing.